There is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Seven yards on the punt with no return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun, Barton. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw on 3rd down, Barton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
On 3rd down, Rowe, and it's caught over the middle, Wilson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing to start the drive. Barton. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, Barton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Barton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Throwing on 1st down. Rowe. He completes it to Wilson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Rowe. He finds his man. Complete. That's Vasquez. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Rowe. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Looking to throw. Rowe. He finds his man. Complete. That's Vasquez. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Barton. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Barton. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Barton. And now here is another interception. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Rowe, flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
And out now come the Vikings. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw. Barton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barton. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Barton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Barton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that work in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barton. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Barton. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, what a juke into space. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he rifles one incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right way to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over first and 10. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. On first and 10, Barton. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. Back to throw. Barton. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Want to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Falcons, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.